Okay. All right. Give me my chat. Okay. Good. Good enough. Right? Probably. Hmm. Um. Yes. So. So. We have the winner of the techfren hackathon ready to call and announce. Hey Jamal, hello. First viewer on TikTok. I hope you're well. Okay. I'm gonna get straight into it. So, if you guys remember November 20, so about a month ago, we had this Tech Friend Creator Hackathon. Could have explained it better in this website, but pretty much I asked people to submit something that can benefit creators, some kind of software that benefits like content creators. And we got a few entries, 4 entries, and the winner here is Andrew Ships with their Distill AI. And I have him on call today on Discord. I'm gonna call him right now, and we're gonna congratulate him and talk to him. So okay, let's go. I'm gonna call him right now. Um, Hello.
Hello, hello.
There we go. Okay, good. I thought I messed up my audio. Hello. Let me share my screen with Andrew here.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Excellent, excellent. Um, okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Sweet. All right. Well, congratulations, Andrew. I have picked you as the winner for the TechFriend Hackathon, Creator Hackathon. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
um,
awesome.
yeah, so we're gonna go through your submission and give you some show time to talk about your thing you're working on. Looks like you're kind of taking this kind of seriously. I've been watching your TikToks and you've been talking about this still quite a bit. So yeah, I'd love to know the journey and what it is, or if you just want to let the demo play for a bit, we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I can give a little background actually.
Mhm.
And let's see, I think I'll talk about a couple things. I'll talk about like the main iterations that I've made and then a little bit about the dev process.
Sure.
But yeah, thanks so much for picking my product. I'm stoked, man. I'm honored.
Of course. Thank you
Um,
for submitting.
Yeah, yeah. It was a cool challenge. It was
Excellent.
fun to participate. So I look forward to future ones. But yeah, so there's been kind of like three versions, I guess. Um, so the first version, I actually was calling it TLDR, which turns out
Mm.
getting a domain with TLDR as the kind of like the main part of the domain is cost prohibitive, especially for a bootstrapper like me. So
Mhm.
it called it Distill instead. But the first version of the product was really about summarizing articles. And so like
Mhm.
the problem I was imagining was, you get sent articles from friends and colleagues through whatever channels, and everyone has like a bunch of tabs open on their web browser, right?
Yep.
And I always intend to read the articles, but I don't always read them, if I'm being honest with myself. So the first version, I could just take the URL of whatever web page and pop it in the product. and an LLM, or at first it would like scrape the web page and then kick that over to an LLM that would read it,
Mm-hmm.
summarize it, and then send me an email summary. And so I was imagining that eventually being like a Chrome plugin, and that was kind of cool. I got a few people using that, but there was too much like user effort required. Like you had to have the URLs, you had to have the products, and then go paste it in there. It was just not a great experience. Um, and so someone mentioned like, what if you just found interesting articles and sent me the summary? And so I
Mm.
started thinking about that a little bit, and I was like, well, that sounds a lot harder, but it does sound better. And so I was playing around with some different tools and ended up finding a solution that is working pretty well now. I'm actually monetizing this version, and it's kind of the current version. Um, but it actually monitors the web and looks for articles that are like topically related to your query
Mm-hmm.
or semantically related. So you can kind of put in whatever you want. You can put in AI and energy. You can put in new open source software frameworks or whatever you want. There's some examples there on the
Mm.
homepage. AI geopolitics was recently created. Let's see what else people wrote. Um, Someone wrote a really long one on December 30th. But so yeah, it's pretty cool. It finds web pages that are newly published in the past 24 hours that relate to your query or your prompt, and then it reads those web pages and writes a summary and emails them to you. And
So
so that was the
cool.
second version. Um, and that's the one that kind of took off a bit. And the third version I released just like a couple weeks ago, and it's a small change sort of from for the UX on the UX side. So instead of having to submit your own queries, I've created a catalog of I'm calling it popular pulses. And so
Mm.
the system, like I've done some analysis on the back end of what people are looking for. And
Mm-hmm.
so the system is just, there's some kind of shared queries, if you will, and they're centralized, so they're not unique per user. And it solves two problems for me. It keeps my costs down a little bit, but it also does some like quality assurance for the user because it ensures that they have like well-written prompts and the output is high quality. So that's the state we're currently at in Distill.
Sorry, what was that about the prompts? Is that something that the user needs to do as well, or?
Yeah, so what I was noticing, what I was hearing in user feedback is people were saying, "Hey, the output isn't that high quality. Like it seems to be off topic." And
Mm.
not not a lot, but I was hearing that from time to time. So I would usually just ask the user, "Hey, what's your prompt? Like, send me over your prompt, and I'll take a look at it."
Mm-hmm.
And the pattern was it was one of two things. Either the prompt was really, really high level, like just the word economics,
Mm-hmm.
or just the word AI. Um, there's
Mm.
just too much going on in those domains for the system to know what you're interested in within that context.
Yeah.
Um, the other pattern is that the prompts were hyper specific.
Mm.
So the one that I remember best is this gentleman sent me his prompt and it said, I think it was like VCs in uh, Europe interested in funding first time founders in the sustainability tech space or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And I was like, I could totally see why you want to keep a pulse on this
Yeah.
topic, but this is like super specific, and there's just not going to be
Like
new,
articles on
interesting
that.
content
Yeah.
every day. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, so the popular pulses do some like quality control from that perspective by like
Mm-hmm.
I have them pre-written so people can just kind of opt in, subscribe to the pre-written ones and get higher quality output, but they can also still do their custom ones if they want.
Awesome. It sounds really cool, man. It's definitely something I think I would use as well.
Sweet.
Um, I think like I've had this idea of like automating content creation, and this could be like the first step in like gathering topics to talk about, and then
Yeah.
that you'd have another system to create. I've been trying to like get like a workflow with like AI avatars to make like videos and stuff. But yeah, it's,
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm using it right now, actually. I'm not automating the content creation,
mhm.
but totally possible to do. But yeah, I'm mostly just automating like, hey, serve me up news stories and takeaways from my areas of interest. That's my cat, if you can hear him.
Oh,
And
right,
then
yeah, yeah.
I make TikToks based on whatever I'm interested in. So like that's my morning routine now is I just open up my distill emails and it's kind of just like reading the newspaper, but
Hmm.
it's personalized to whatever I'm interested in. And usually there's like three different stories throughout all my distill pulses that I'm interested in talking about, and then I just pick one and make a TikTok post. Um, so it's really cut down how much time I have to spend every day finding things to talk about on social.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. That's sweet. So yeah, distll.ai for anyone in the chat that wants to try it out. I think you still have a free tier. I remember seeing you made some videos about your like backend or being used quite a lot. Um,
Yeah,
but there's
yeah.
still some free tiers.
There's a free tier.
Nice.
There's like a 5 day quick sample. If you don't want to create an account, you can just do the quick sample.
Oh, that's
Or you
sick.
could, yeah,
So
that
we
one
could
right
try that
there.
right now.
Yeah, you could do that right now. You would actually get an
Do you
email
reckon
right away.
techfren would work, or is that too
Oh,
vague?
interesting. Let's see.
Let's
Yeah, you
see.
should pick like you could keep a pulse
Oh,
on yourself, or you could pop in something that like an area that you want to keep informed about. I know you talk a lot about
like
like
AI
open source
coding.
stuff.
Oh, sweet, and it just shows it
Yeah,
here.
AI coding.
That's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you just made yours. So that one shows up on the homepage, and then it should be in your
So I could have.
email inbox too.
Okay, yeah, yeah, cool, cool.
Oh, you did TechFriend. Nice.
Yeah, that was techfren. Now, oh, okay. So if you've already used an email, you can't get another quick 5 day sample.
Yeah, so
But
you'll get the 5 days, and then if you want to create a free account,
mhm.
you can just keep that same pulse like forever.
Oh wow, it's really fast as well. I just did AI coding that was like less than 5 seconds. I can see this being abused though. This 5 day sample. I could just type like
Did you just do like
random
the
emails.
plus thing at the end of your?
I didn't. I put like another legitimate one, but I could see it being like you could just put anything here, right?
So that's why I made it a 5 day sample, is because for like a month I had this on just it's a forever free sample,
Yeah,
um, which I'm happy to provide. Like I don't really care. It's just it's actually kind of an expensive product to run,
yeah.
um,
That's what I mean.
because there's a lot of like I was processing
Like you're using
over a
Perplexity,
million
right?
tokens. What's that?
Are you using the Perplexity API? Perplexity?
Yeah,
Or no?
most of my
Yeah,
API fees are Perplexity.
because that's super expensive, right?
Their
That's
API
what
is
the email looks
expensive.
like.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I was
Looks nice.
processing like 1.2 million tokens a day, and then I think it was like a couple thousand API queries, and it adds up. So
Yeah.
I brought the sample down to 5 day, and then I created a paid tier because I was basically on track to spend like $500 a month um, running this product at the rate it was scaling,
Mm-hmm.
which was really exciting because I was like,
Mm.
oh, wow, people are using this. That's so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm looking at my bank account at the same time and I'm thinking,
Mm.
okay, I need to make some changes so I can keep developing the product and not, burn out financially on it and have to shut it down. So,
Yeah, makes sense. Um, I see through is in the chat here. They've asked this could be a good. They said this could be a good replacement for those relying on IDI Brief. I'm not sure if you've heard of them, but apparently it's something similar that recently shut down. So you could
oh,
target their
interesting.
customers.
I appreciate that because I have not heard of Itty Brief. I've heard of quite a few like similar types of products, but 80 brief end of life. Sure enough. Wow. Thanks for
And
that
it's
tip.
asked for the URL. It's distll.ai. And shout out to Baker Dog user and HMO for coming through in the chat. Yeah, sweet. That's really cool, man. And is this like how much of your work effort is spent on this product versus like other things you have going on?
Let's see. Being that it's the holidays and I was traveling a bit, I feel like I haven't touched it in a week, which feels weird because I was probably before the holidays putting in like 2 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
um, polishing it up and just building out functionality. And I think I'd like to get back into that at the turn of the year, a
For
couple
sure.
hours a day.
Nice. So it's more like a kind of side project
Yeah, side
level. Yeah.
project.
Excellent. Sweet. Anything else you wanted to talk about, or I know you wanted a clip. I'm not sure if we covered something interesting you wanted to clip or um
I think we probably covered what's in the clip.
sweet.
Um, yeah, I would just say for anyone who's taking a watch, try out the quick sample or make a free account and you can start getting pulses. And then also, if you have feedback, you can just respond directly to the email and it comes to me. So a
Oh,
lot of
that's
people
so
have been doing that and it's
that's
really
cool.
helpful for me. So appreciate that.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah. Anna says this is great. Freddie Chipperies, what's up, man? So yeah, so that was Andrew. They've made this thing Distill, where you can keep a pulse on any topic on the internet. You put a topic in here in your email. Whoops, I accidentally pressed enter. Oh no, I'm creating spam. Um, and it will like search for the new web pages that come every day on that topic and email them to you with a nice summary through an LLM. Yeah. User also, are we both programmers? Yeah, I guess we we are, right?
Yeah, I started out as a developer and about 7 years ago, I shifted over to product management. So I feel a
Nice.
little out of practice, but with all these new like Cursor and like LLM driven IDEs,
Yeah.
it's it's been a really big game changer for me because my syntax is a little weak, so I can like really lean on my system understanding, architecture understanding, um, and then let the LLM help me out with some of the syntax stuff that I haven't memorized or polished off recently.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the way to go. I think more software developers are kind of playing more like a product manager with these AI coding tools.
Hmm.
Memorizing syntax and all that is just unoptimal these days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right, sweet. Um, Thanks so much, Andrew, for your time. I hope the product
yeah.
goes
Thanks for
well.
having me on.
We will maybe touch base later on and see where you end up or what updates you bring. Yeah.
Cool. Happy to come on anytime. Thanks,
Sweet.
techfren.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, see ya.
Bye. Sweet. That was sick. Yeah, the first successful hackathon from November, and that's all wrapped up now. Took a while to wrap it up, but yeah. Shout out to Andrew Distill. This is the nice polished product, and he was like the only one who kind of submitted in the right format as well with the demo and the devlog. So yeah, shout out to them. And yeah, we'll continue. I'll do some more updates, answer questions. User, yes, software developer. It's like a bare bones feedly. Yeah, I mean, this is really cool. I think, as I said before, I could definitely use something like this to help, automate content creation. It seems like Andrew also uses this for his own, like he makes TikToks, and I guess a lot of the topics and news he uses his own product for, which is very cool. Yo, Dean, what's up? Have I tried the instructor Python package? I have not. I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't used it. A lot of those like packages I haven't used, like LangChain and Crew AI. I don't know if you compare them. Instruct. instructor. But yeah, I mean, I will quickly talk about my, the project I've been spending a lot of time on. This 100x orchestrator. I finally shipped the first kind of stable release yesterday. I say stable because I don't know. I knew it would be stable. Just to get people to test it out, and it was so good, man. In Discord, we found a couple people to test it, and both of them had issues with Python version management, which is no surprises there. So shout out to Rocky and there was one other dude. I don't want to leak my DMs, but they were testing it in the DMs, and yeah, like a bunch of Python like version things. Looks like this is the configuration that worked with Rocky. He's using Aider install instead of Aider chat. Now I'm not sure if that's an official thing. Let me quickly check because I know Aider like updated their install docs. Yeah, okay. So they are using Aider install instead of Aider chat. That's very interesting. So I might try Rocky's requirements later. But I might give a quick demo of the 100x orchestrator and then maybe leave the stream. I don't know. There's so much I could be covering. I just don't have like the energy at the moment, unfortunately. How do I make content exploring software and AI? Just like this, you go on the internet, you go down a rabbit hole, try to implement something. So yeah, let me show you a demo, updated demo of the 100x orchestrator. So I think the thing that I'm trying to focus on initially is the branching and managing branches. I think that's something that's not really there at the moment with these AI coding tools, is spawning multiple agents to work on the same task, because I have an insight or a theory, I don't know what I'd call it, that even sometimes given the same input context and prompt, these LLMs produce different solutions for the same input and prompt. So like sometimes one of those solutions might not work and the other one will. So if you have like multiple agents working on the same problem, there is a chance that you'll have a higher success rate, that like you'll follow the correct path to the solution on only one of those agents compared to the other ones. That is the insight and theory. Yeah, and so I've made a tool to kind of help facilitate the managing of those multiple agents, coding on a code base, etc. Now this is a kind of, maybe not an opinionated workflow, but it is a limiting workflow in that it works off a GitHub repository and GitHub issues. So at the moment there's no way to kind of do it with a local folder project, which is quite limiting for a lot of people. I know that, but I figured I'd get something small working reliably than try to appeal to everyone. Hey Josh, what's my opinion on DeepSeek? Yeah, man, DeepSeek seems really good. It stumbles and falls a lot of the time, but honestly it feels like almost just as good as Cursor and a lot cheaper. It's at least like 4 times cheaper, right, or something? I'm not sure. Paul, what's up? Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Have I linked DeepSeek with Cursor? No, I haven't used Cursor in at least a month or two. But I do use DeepSeek here, I think. Yeah, so here in the 100x orchestrator, you can also configure your models now. I think I haven't demoed this before, but yeah, this is a new menu, model configuration menu. So yeah, you can see here we can update the models. You can have a separate model for orchestrator, separate model for Aider, separate model for the agent model. And yeah, update those configs if you want. So let me just show you a demo here. We're gonna load I don't know, like a random error, a random task here, a random issue here. Let's say agent state should be scrollable in agent view UI, and we're going to create 2 agents for this task and create that. Failed to create agents. Oh, great. Not sure what happened. We got a server error. The agent state, the string has no attribute append. Interesting. Okay, I think that's a code change that I did recently. Looks like I didn't test it, but I think I can fix it. That's the thing with demos. I should have pulled like just fresh main, but it looks like I'm on some other thing. Yo, Jabrito, I stream at bad UK times. Oh, sorry about that, man. Yeah, the streaming has been all over the place. I've just been like heads down focusing on building the stable version of the 100x off stream. But like I pretty much have finished that. There's still like I'm gonna make like an even better release in the next 5 days. But I'm like pretty looking forward to like kind of getting this out of the way so I can stream more regularly for sure. I think that is something I want to do. Where did I make that append? Okay, after pi 127. So I messed up here. I'm pretty sure at this. So you can't use append on a string. Let's see if continue can fix this. Fix this concat 2 strings. Bad prompt, but like very low context, it should work, right? Oh, it didn't even get the context. There we go. Let's see, does that work? Okay, there we go. So plus equals should work, supposedly. Let's see. Oh, we'll try run this again. Can we tinker with it? Which one? My project? Yeah, my project is completely open source at 100x Orchestrator. If you were talking about Andrew's project, I don't think his is open source, unfortunately. All right, we'll just try click create agents again. See if this works this time. Majesty, thanks for the like. Figs. Looks like some good progress. Thank you, Figs. Daniel, 10 roses. Thank you so much. Okay, there we go. So now we have 2 agents that are working on that task. Depending on when you saw, you probably didn't see this collapsible menu before, but yeah, we can collapse and open the agent cards now. Looks like the output is black on black text. Okay, that's a weird bug. Okay, maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know why the text isn't visible here. I have not seen that bug before. That's a new one. That is a new one. Unfortunately, looks like I pushed these to main. That's not good. I'm gonna keep doing that, I guess. Agent view HTML. This might have been the reason why your output stopped working. No? Oh, sure. Let's try again. I like to do this, make the H1 in CSS. This is like the easiest task if I just want to test PRs. They're normally able to do that pretty well. Demo gremlins, yeah. Go off dark mode? You don't like dark mode? I actually didn't put a switch to change dark to light mode. I just have only dark mode. Okay, now it's rendering. I don't know what the issue was before. But yeah, that's it. Pretty much. And they just loop and eventually they create pull requests. Some of these pull requests are created. Yeah, all of these pull requests with the tags were created with the 100x orchestrator working on itself, interestingly. So that's pretty cool, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna delete this so we don't create another PR. But yeah, so that's the 100x orchestrator updates, I guess. There's not really much else other than like quality of life stuff that I've updated on this. Yeah. I guess I'll give you guys a sneak peek on what I do want to cover on stream. At least I did. There's so many of these topics. So let's quickly go through the topics. Microsoft Prompt Wizard. I saved this. It looked cool. Helps you refine prompts. You know, we've seen a bunch of these before, but this one looked like, you know, there's feedback. There's like synthetic example generation, which is like a really big thing, I think. For me, sometimes I'm creating prompts and it's like I want to give some examples, but I don't have examples. So like having synthetic examples in the style that I want, I think will really help. Yeah, okay, next one. Transcribe anything. I think, is this the one? Yeah, I think this seems like the best way to transcribe stuff locally. You can even give it like YouTube URLs and like local files, and it uses insanely fast whisper as the backend. So yeah, that seems really cool. Clean coder. This is like an Aider thing that someone posted in my Discord. Seems pretty cool. Bit complex, so I might leave that as well. I mean, obviously I'll leave all of them. Yep, that's the message. I think this is a Gemini cookbook, which is pretty cool. Like 100+ examples of using Gemini API. They have stuff like video uploading and stuff, which is very nice. And yeah, a bunch of other things. But yeah, as I said, we'll probably get into them later. Kodu. Pierre Reno wants me to try Kodu. Into Guru, I wanted to try. Whole lot of stuff, but yeah, unfortunately this stream, I just like the energy to do it. I see through says, give it an API so you can automate when you get a PR. It pushes it to the 100x engineer to get started. Yeah, definitely so much room for automation in the future. I'm just trying to take one thing at a time, just make the base thing work really reliably, and then start adding cool stuff. Which language do you first use for the agents? If Python, do you use LangChain? Yeah, for the 100 orchestrator, this is written completely in Python, except obviously the front end JavaScript and HTML. It's a Flask app. Do I use LangChain? I do not. I've been using like Light LLM. Did I still have the code open? I'll give you like a quick show of the code. So I guess the main file is app.py. It's a Flask app, so this app.py defines all the routes, the routes. So like if you go like, it'll host a web server. If you go /agents, it'll do this, you know, /create agent. It's kind of the main file. We have a database. This is written in SQLite 3. Pretty standard database stuff. Orchestrator.py, this is kind of like the second main file that tries to manage agents and stuff, delete agent, save agent, stuff like that. And the main loop is in here as well. But yeah, no LangChain. I do use Light LLM. That's probably the only like LLM related thing I use. Do I use a VPN? I do not. Do I know any video LLM that can understand videos and extract information from them? Yeah, Gemini pretty much, I think, is the only one that can do that. Has been, at least for a while. I'm not sure if anyone released... Like, I don't even think Omni GPT-4o can do videos. It's just images, right? Am I using Android? Yes. Do I use Linux? Nope. Windows. Godzilla! Hey, man. Pydantic is supposed to be really good. Yes, I've heard a lot of good things about Pydantic as well. But yeah, I haven't tried it. Yeah, alright guys. This is actually might be a short stream. Just wanted to, yeah. This is the regular time that I do schedule the streams. I've just been, as I said, like it's the end of the year. Yesterday I was just up late, so I don't have the energy to really do a good analysis of the things that I wanted to do on that list that I just showed. So we'll leave them for later. But what else do I want to say? There is a chance, I'll have my coffees and stuff. Like I haven't had breakfast yet, and then we'll do a proper stream later. There is a chance for that. Somebody showed a demo of 4.0 Mini watching a video. Oh, sweet. I'm guessing it split it into frames. Yeah, that could have been it as well. Is it just does image analysis on frames? But I don't know. Like I think the way that they described the Omni models like GPT-4o, it was like it can do like tokens of text in, tokens of images in. And once you can do tokens of images in, it's like you could keep that going for a video with the audio. Theoretically, I don't know. I don't really know. Is that how Gemini works? Probably. What's the incentive to use SQLite as opposed to a cloud-like Supabase? I think the biggest reason is just having it all locally. Having it on the cloud is really good for a SaaS, which I kind of want to do. Like if I was to sell, like deploy this online and like sell, usage to it, having like the server and a cloud database would make a lot of sense. But right now for testing, SQLite is so fast and like easy to use. So yeah, that's what we're going with. Anna says they tried Gemini, but it has limitations. Yeah, every tool is going to have limitations. We're quite early, I think, into the late stage of these things. Like, yeah, we're quite early. We're not at the late stage, so. Yeah. What are these notifications? Nothing big. Okay. Yeah, guys, thanks so much for coming by, saying hi, asking questions. Sorry, there's nothing too interesting for me to show later on in this stream, but I'm happy that we did it at all. And yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back harder. Hope everyone has a good New Year's, Christmas time. Had a Merry Christmas, and we will see you in probably, I don't know, it's going to be 2025 in 12 hours here. I'm sure it's probably a lot more hours, most of the rest of the world. But yeah, I might see you in 2025. Thanks, guys, so much. Bye bye.